Now we're back. Here's what it looks like out of the box. You can see they taped her in. And so basically the package is now destroyed. God, Mattel doesn't make stuff collectible, collector friendly. But let's open her up. They got these damn little progs. Okay. It's like releasing a hostage. Just a minute. Okay. I'll cut those off later. If you had to see this, this is a nightmare getting this doll out of the package. Okay, here's what it looks like out of the package. She's not quite on the chunky body, but she's on that spectrum. Let's see if we can stand her up. She's got some weird ass shoes. One of the ugliest outfits I've ever seen on a doll. But we'll use Margot Robbie Barbie to show you the size. A size comparison. And we've got a curvy posable Barbie, which shows you the size of it, that it was based off of, they used kind of a pseudo fat body, not the pseudo muscular bodies like these ones have. But let's be pervy and see what the buck looks like on this doll. Oh wow, they didn't put a thing on the behind the outfit, Velcro, so you can take the outfit off. You weren't supposed to remove the outfit off this thing. Okay. Like I said, she's on a heavier buck. It's a new buck actually, because it's small for the fascinations of the fat body. Because this one's on the same. This one's on a variant of the fat buck. As you can see, this and this is the same size. So they have her on heavier set skipper legs, and it looks like they're almost the same length and same length arms. So, because the fat version of the curvy Barbie, as they call it, is a taller doll. They just made this one smaller legs, scaled down legs, and scaled down arms, but they use the same torso. And then shove a huge noggin on it. But what's interesting about this doll is the fact the face is eerily happy. And it's like, doesn't really resemble a Down syndrome victim that much. You know, it looks more like an anime character more than a Down syndrome, which is kind of sad for Mattel to put out this noble-like doll and not um, follow through all the way and give it the whole Down syndrome look. Because it still got those eerie, creepy Barbie eyes. Because even old Margot Robbie's got those eerie, creepy Barbie eyes. I should say modern Barbie eyes. As where Amber Heard here has small, I'm planning to kill Johnny Depp eyes. But yeah, this is actually a part of fashionista line. That's why she's cheap. And you think they could have made a Down syndrome doll fully posable and more representational and progressive of the Down syndrome. So then more Down syndrome kids would want to see themselves as a doll. It's kind of like chunky Barbie here, fat Barbie, as some kids think it is. Does not represent fat Barbie. She's kind of a husky doll, a muscular doll more than husky. Because even when you look at her midsection, it's not really fat, it's just thick. As with Barbie, it's just basically missing her classic boobs now. The doll is actually built more like Margot Robbie in the modern times than in the old times. But overall, this has got to be the ugliest outfit I've ever seen. The Down syndrome Barbie outfit. And it doesn't even have Velcro in the back to take the costume off like this one has. You know, they do this so it's easier for kids to take the clothing off. Even Margot Robbie has Velcro down the back. So this was basically designed so the Down syndrome kids couldn't take the outfits off. They would have to rip them off. And so there is your Barbie history. Some more Barbie random stuff. Overall, this Down syndrome doll is really, really weak. I feel they should have put it on a posable buck. Not utilize the whole thing that it's a special case doll for being progressive and being representational, and then forgetting all the facts to not put what people would consider the grotesqueness of Down syndrome, their facial features and stuff, and their traits that make them who they are. You know, the dominant traits that we see in them, not the less dominant traits. Because this is technically based off of a real Down syndrome person. But this isn't a representational of the majority of what Down syndrome looks like. So yeah, it's kind of sad that they kind of let us down on what she looks like. Because next to other Barbie dolls, she just looks like a smaller, curvy Barbie. Not a Down syndrome Barbie. So it's like, okay, when it's in package, it's a specialty. You know, it's got that whole logo, the title, you know, the Barbie name on it, but no little blurb on the back of why they made this. No, it's all business, which is really another sad thing. Usually back in the days, back when, let's say, conservatives were doing this stuff, when conservatism and marketing was important, you would have had a whole blurb on this back of this doll about the Down syndrome, not a small, it'd be a small PSA of why Mattel made this. There is nothing. And the only thing we know about this doll that it was released with the fashionistas, and this is the only thing that you have on it to say that it's the National Down Syndrome Society doll. And so, that's all garbage. You couldn't really find it. It wasn't really not well received, but well circulated, because I found her in a Target in another area code. I never seen her in 3 other area codes. So basically, the doll was obscured out because of what it is, I think, because it's based off of a retardation. And that's sad when it should have been everywhere. And I was lucky to find this one not on the regular shelf, but as a clearance item. So that means that they were in the back room or they're sitting somewhere else. And so they couldn't sell them, so they got to clearance them out because Down syndrome children probably don't see themselves as this doll. Kind of like this one was another clearance one. This was just because kids don't see themselves as Chunky Barbie. And when they first released it, they gave this to a bunch of dolls, these chunky dolls, these curvy dolls to kids, and they said these were the mean girls that beat them up in school. What does that say about representation? You know, it and the mother thought it was great because then the child doesn't always have to play with beautiful doll. I thought these were nice because she's on a muscular busk. It's the same one the WWF is on, actually. As you see, she's got more masculine hands. She's all around a thicker doll. But I've got her clothes on right now. They're the clothes I was using for photography. And she's a real muscular, thick doll. So she can beat up Johnny Depp. But yeah, until next time, this is the sounding board sounding off.